Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to make some lovely little rose ball soaps. They can be used as a smaller size soap, or they can be used as a really pretty guest soap, or if you half fill them on top of a cupcake or another soap for decoration. So I've got this lovely little mould here. It has 3 cavities in it and it's got quite deep undercuts. This is a really simple soap to make. We're going to have it done in a couple of minutes. So I think what I'll do is I'll use the white soap. Whenever you're using a soap with a deep undercut, the white one will always show up those undercuts a little bit better. This is the Renascent Melt and Pour Soap, and I'm just going to, we don't need very much, it's a fairly small soap. I guess this mould takes probably about 30 or 40 grams of soap per cavity, so it's a fairly little soap. You can melt your soap in any way you like, on the stove, in a microwave, it really doesn't matter. We're going to use the microwave today because it's a little bit easier, so I'll just pop that in here, give that a minute, and then I'm going to mix. I've got some of my pigments. I think we'll use a bright purple for this one. It'll come up really nicely, give it a little bit of a shake to make sure it's all ready, and I'm going to use the essential oil of lotus. I think that would be really nice. You could use rose, tuberose, whatever you want to do. We use the Renascent Soul Connection essence oil, which is a blend of 50% gem essences and 50% lotus oil, and it's also really good for spiritual soul connection, but it's a really pretty little floral smell also. Okay, let's see if that's melted. Yep, terrific. So that's our soap all melted down. That was in there for about 35 seconds, something like that. Let's just give it a little stir with a stick. Add a little bit of the purple colour. Oops, spilled it on my finger. With the pigments, they are pretty permanent, so you do want to take a little bit of care with spilling them, and you don't need very much of them to colour it up. I don't want this to be a neon purple because I'm wanting it to be sort of a soft soap. So I'm going to go for sort of a gentle purple. Oh, I'm having a bit of fun spilling things today. Add a little bit more than that, just a tiny bit more purple. Mix it through. The thing with your dyes is you can always add more colour, but you can't take it out. So you're better to go a little bit light-handed on your colours and then add a little bit more if you want it to. Add a little bit of the essential oil into the soap and stir it through. That smells really pretty. And now we're just gently going to pour that into these moulds. 1, 2. I've got enough for 2, so we'll fill that right up to the top in the 2 of those. Now you can see I've got a few bubbles on the top of that. Have a close look. We'll spritz that with alcohol and you'll see them disappear. 1 spray of your isopropyl alcohol and it just completely smooths the top. And now we could let that sit on the bench for 15 minutes if we wanted to. I might even pop it in the fridge to speed it up, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes and we'll unmould it together. So we have our little rose ball soaps that I've just taken. They've been in the fridge for about 10 minutes, so not very long. They're still actually slightly warm to the touch, and usually I would leave them in there for a little bit longer, or I'd leave them on the bench for 15 minutes, half an hour, but we'll give it a go. We'll see how they unmould. I think they're basically set, so all you need to do is just stretch your mould open just a little bit. These ones have a fairly deep undercut, so they're a little more pushing than usually your moulds do. And there they are. 1. And we'll give this one a little stretch and a little push. 2. And I'll bring them over close so you can have a look at the finished product of what we've made. And I'm sure you'll see how pretty they are. Gorgeous deep undercuts in the roses. They'd make a beautiful gift with a few of them for a little guest soap or a Mother's Day soap, and really pretty. So in summary, you have melted your soap, you've added a little bit of colour, a little bit of fragrance, poured it into the rose ball soap, which you could do 3 at a time in the 1 mould, pop them out, and you have made your very own artisan rose ball soaps.